Edge Designations FRM Part 2 Study Program for the 2025 exam cycle. This particular introductory video is just to give you a bit of an introduction into FRM Part 2, what your exam will look like, what the Edge notes, what the Edge videos, what the Edge program will do for you, as well as what programs we've got available for you here at Edge. Let's start off and first and foremost have a look at what your FRM Part 2 exam will look like. First and foremost, it's important just to note over here, your exam dates and times, okay? There are 3 exam dates and times for FRM Part 2 for 2025. You've got the May window. The May window goes from 17th of May to the 20th of May, okay? You've got your August window. Remember, your August window is quite a short window, and that is just the 8th and the 9th of August. And remember, those are both PM, those are both afternoon exams. The reason those are afternoon exams is because FRM Part 1 takes up 8th and 9th of August for the morning exam. And then you've got your November program, okay, which is over there as well, 15th then to the 19th of November. Okay, and those are your 3 times that you've got for your particular for your exam for FRM Part 2. Okay, important to remember, FRM Part 2 is a CBT exam, computer-based testing exam, and is 4 hours, just like FRM Part 1. Interesting enough, it's the only designation thus far between CFA, FRM, and PII that its second or last level of the exam is completely multiple choice. So if you have a look over here, what you notice is you've got your is A, B, C's, and D's, okay, as you had, by the way, for FRM Part 1. Difference over here, and just important to remember, FRM Part 1, there was 100 multiple choice questions. FRM Part 2, we only have 80 multiple choice questions, which obviously the maths is nice and simple, and that'll tell you that you've got 3 minutes to answer each and every multiple choice question. Of course, there's your 180 seconds per question. Coming out of perhaps a CFA environment or perhaps an FRM environment from Part 1, you might think, well, that's quite a lot of time. Remember, FRM Part 2 questions are quite detailed. They're often 2 layers, and often that obviously makes them a little bit longer to answer, and that's why we're given a bit more time, 3 minutes per question. Just have a little bit of a look over here at the program itself and the FRM Part 2 exam weightings that we've got here. Okay, book that you've got, we like to call them 6 books altogether. Book number 1, market risk, 20% book. Book 2, credit risk, also a 20% book. Book 3, operational risk and resiliency, 20% as well. Those 3 books make up the majority then of your exam. Book 1, book 2, book 3, okay, the 3 major risks. We move down a little bit to the remainder of the risks. Book number 4, liquidity and treasury risk, which is a 15% weighting. Book 5, risk and risk management, also a 15% exam weighting. And then book 6 is current issues, which is 10%. Book 6 current issues is, for those that are not familiar with how FRM Part 2 works, they take all current issues, things like generative AI, cryptocurrency, things like that. Okay, often they go for journal readings as well, 2023, 2024, the latest journal readings that are out there in terms of specific risk issues, and they put them then over there in book number 6, 10%. Okay, just to have a quick look, and what I want to just address over here is the syllabus changes from 2024 to 2025. That's always of interest to candidates wishing perhaps to use older material, wanting to see, or perhaps guys that have written this exam one time before in 2024 and now are writing again in 2025 and just want to see what the changes are period on period. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm just going to switch across over here to our next, to the appendix. The writing on the appendix is rather small, okay? A reason for that, and I'll show you that in a second. There are a lot of topics for FRM Part 2. Let's have a look over there now. Okay. And let's just take a quick look here, okay? And let's make this a little bit smaller so we can get onto our page over there. There we go. Okay. Now, what I've done over here, and I've made this available to the guys as well, part of our program. If you have a look over here, okay, and let's just take a quick look at the the 6 books that we like to talk about. So first and foremost, you've got your market risk book over there. That's your 20% book over there. In terms of changes period on period 2024 to 2025, this is the only one in terms of the actual risks themselves that they've made any changes to. And that's obviously why, if you look over here, okay, you can see I've got the different colors over here, okay, and those obviously reflect where the changes are for market risk for 2025 from 2024. I'll come back to that in a second. If you have a look over here, there is your credit risk section, okay, and in terms of your credit risk section, okay, no changes there at all, 20%. Operational risk and resiliency, oops, I'm highlighted a bit much over there, okay, no change to those as well. You've got your liquidity risk and treasury risk over there. We call that book number 4, okay. There again, no change. And then book 5 over here, okay, risk and investment management, no change there as well. So if you have a look over there, for the particularly related to those guys that are perhaps writing this exam a second time, if you take a look, you've got credit risk, no change. Operational risk and resiliency, another 20% book, no change. Liquidity and treasury risk, no change, as well as for risk and investment management, no change as well there. Okay, of course, guys, being the nature of book number 6 being current issues, there are 9 new topics over there. Is that a lot? Well, they normally range anywhere between 8 to 10 particular topics over there. So you can see over here we have got 9 topics for current issues for 2025, and all of those are new topics. You can see over there, as mentioned, is a little bit small, okay, but you've got over there, you've got bank failures over there, generative AI is another nice topic that you've got over there as well, okay. Interpret interest rate risk management, okay, that's in there as well. A lovely topic over here, the last mile, financial vulnerabilities and risks, another interesting one. Regulating for cryptos in there as well, okay. So you can see, guys, there's a lot of interesting stuff coming in there, current issues, but just do please keep in mind, if you are a 2024 candidate, everything then in book number 6 is completely new, as it is the current issues book. So let me just take you right back to the beginning where we first wanted to discuss. And if you have a look over here, and what I wanted to show you very briefly, guys, is the changes for market risk. Okay. When I look over here, guys, at the changes then for market risk, okay, what you notice is there's not, even within market risk itself, there's not that many changes. There are 3 new readings, and the new readings, I've got those in dark, slightly darker red, slightly darker pink, and those are 3 brand new readings that have been introduced then to market risk. If you have a look at the other readings that I've got over there, we'll just change our pen color here for you, okay. These particular readings, I've got them in a little bit of a lighter orange. Those are readings that are, I would probably say, 90% the same as they were in 2024. Slight little changes, for example, a learning objective changed here or learning objective changed there. Nothing material, nothing huge, nothing to write home about at all. So if you really want to say, well, give us a summary then of what has changed 2024 onto 2025, what I would tell you is that market risk has got 3 new readings. Everything else remains the same. But of course, guys, current issues, which we call book number 6, the 10% book, those are all brand new as well. Just a guide for those that are joining the EDGE program. Obviously, we get the changes a little bit late, okay, from FRM, so it doesn't often allow us enough time to make all the changes right at the beginning of the program. So what we do is we make those changes for you as we go through the particular program. So just keep in mind that some of these changes that we've got over here, guys, particularly the brand new readings over here for market risk, those will be coming out in the next couple of weeks, probably be there by Jan, middle of Feb, okay. What I suggest to candidates, obviously, is start with credit risk, start with book 2, move on to book 3, operational risk and resilience, etc., etc. Keep in mind, of course, that each one of these books at FRM Part 2 level are very distinct and very, very separate, very easily able. You could study them completely on their own, and you don't have to go in order: market risk, credit risk, op risk, etc., etc. So my suggestion is, as we wait for the changes to come through for market risk, and obviously we at Edge are working quite hard to get those done quite quickly for you. But what I do suggest to candidates that are part of the Edge program is start off with credit risk and then move your way down, come back to market risk at a later point in time. There's plenty time still available. And of course, last but not least is then to go and do book number 6. And I always suggest to candidates to do that book quite late, just to try and memorize some of the numbers and the detail over there. We always recommend to our candidates to do that book a little bit later on, probably around about April time 2025. I want to switch back now to our main document. Those are the changes that you can expect for FRM Part 2 from 2024 to 2025. And I think everybody's quite relieved, particularly those that are rewriting that. There's not much then, as you can see then, in the way of change. Coming back to our main page over here, as you can see, hopefully everybody's comfortable that we have handled the syllabus changes over there, and that we did in the appendix that is attached. Okay, just in a general comment, and I always put this in just to make sure. We always get people that might have forgotten or think they can perhaps use another calculator. No, okay, you can use your Texas Instruments VA2 Plus, your HP10, or your HP12C. Those are the only calculators that are available to use for FRM Part 2, as they were, of course, for FRM Part 1. Okay, just in terms of Edge itself and the Edge program, let me move myself over there. Okay, just have a look at what we've got available for you over here in terms of the Edge program. Okay, first and foremost, let's take a look. Okay, we have got option number 1, okay, which is our online program, which is a complete set of notes. It's got everything there for you. Everything's up to date. Okay, I see over here we've put 2024. Of course, it's updated to 2025. Okay, a full set of videos, a complete set of notes, a question bank, a formula sheet. Everything is in there in option number 1 to assist you getting through your FRM Part 2 exam. Okay. We've given it a little bit, just if people want a little bit more, what we call a different type of a la carte menu, only one specific things from the program. You can buy the question bank separately, or a full set of notes separately there as well. Just keep in mind, of course, if you do purchase option number 1, which is the online program, you of course will get all the notes, and the notes are there, the videos are there, the question bank is there as well. So we sometimes get guys purchasing option 1, 2, and 3. No need for that at all, guys. Okay, option 2 and 3 are more a la carte. Option 1 contains everything that you need in there. And of course, as we move towards the back end, when you are writing your exam, May, August, or November, you can come and get the 3 full exams from us. That's our option number 4. We've got the 3 full practice exams in there with the solutions as well. That brings us to a conclusion of our introductory video. Hope wishing everybody the most amount of success. We never wish people luck, because if you have studied well, you don't need luck. You will be fine. Just the most amount of success in their exam studies, the most amount of, and of course, just to enjoy the process as you go through. That's also important. Okay, there's some lovely stuff over here. FRM Part 2 is a lovely syllabus, taking you through all the major risks over there. So enjoy that as well.